Okay, we are live and on the air. Let me take this opportunity to welcome everybody to the Fellowship of Mental Health Hangout. Um, let's do some housekeeping. First of all, there's no therapy here, there's no judgment here, and we try to share much respect both for each other and for our ideas. We try to use I statements so that we're talking about ourselves and what we feel. And we also try to keep everything at a PG rating because these Hangouts will be archived as long as uh, you know Google Hangouts or YouTube wants them to be archived. Uh, and we're going to be probably live for about 30 minutes today, and then we'll go into our private session. Um, I want to tell everybody that I'm going to take next week off. I'm going to take next week off, so we'll be back on the 19th of February, which will be a Friday, which will be the same time and everything. Um, Caden, do you have anything as far as housekeeping?
No.
Okay. Uh, Caden's not feeling very well, so okay. Well, without further ado, we'll go into our topic, which is we've been talking about the tarot cards, the major arcana, and we are up to the fourth card, which is labeled number three, which is the Empress. I'll show you the old-fashioned card first. Okay, the old-fashioned card first, and uh, the interpretation is feminine progress, action, fertility, marriage, mother, sister, wife, girlfriend, feminine influence, female guiles, the motivation behind a successful partner. And that I think is more or less an old interpretation. And then in the universal weight deck, she's a little bit different. She's a little bit more ostentatious. Uh, I'm told that in some cards she's actually pregnant, but in my two cards she's not. Um, but I really don't have much as far as an interpretation except for to say that she represents Mother Nature, she represents Mother Earth, she represents Mom,
Yep.
and Mom is paramount importance. You know, Mom is probably more important in our lives than Dad. So that's really all the interpretation I have uh, for these two cards. You know, of course, next
Yeah.
week or the next time we'll be talking about the Emperor, who is of course Dad. Kay, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I see my mum was a great importance, but she's not been around for quite a bit because, like, obviously she's got a new partner. But I still see her as the important figure in my life because my dad hasn't been around.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, it wasn't always that way. I was watching a YouTube video, and the guy was talking about how and wives should work together,
Yeah.
which is kind of like goes against the conventional wisdom is that mom has her job and dad has his job, and they get together on the weekends and talk about their different jobs. But you know, a couple of hundred years ago, mom and dad ran the farm,
Yeah.
and 100 years ago, mom and dad ran the store, and it was a partnership at work and at the house or whatever. But I still think, you know, if I were married, I'd like to have my wife have her area of expertise, and I would have my area of expertise, and then you know, we could talk about stuff like that later on.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, I don't think there should be. Maybe there shouldn't be hard and fast rules. Maybe everybody should just make it up for themselves.
Everybody should have their own role, their own judgment. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some marriages work well as business partnerships, you
Yeah.
know, and uh, and others don't. So, you know,
Depends on the
well,
people.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, there shouldn't be. Society shouldn't dictate. You know,
No,
uh,
it shouldn't be set in stone.
yeah, yeah. And then I think the opposite is the case too. I mean, some men make good house husbands,
Yeah.
You know, if mom has a chance to make $1 million a year in her business or her profession, go make that $1 million a year, and I'll stay at the house and I'll make a good house and I'll learn how to cook and all these different things. So
Yeah.
I think we're living in a time where there are no hard and fast rules, or if they are, they're starting to be chipped away.
Yeah. 'Cause everything's changing.
Yeah. Well, that's the only topic that I have for this week. The weather here in Houston, we were talking about that before we came on air. It's a little chilly, but the temperature today is going to be like maybe 60 with sunshine and wind. So, and then we're getting down to about 34, 35 at night. So
We've
not
had
not too bad.
we've had rain, we've had wind, we've had like gale force winds in Charlie, all sorts.
Okay. Uh, I've been doing some studying about narrow boats. Are you familiar with narrow boats?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you know about the canal system in Great Britain, right?
Yeah.
And they have these narrow boats which are about 7 feet wide, and then
Barges,
normally,
yeah, barges, yeah.
yeah, normally they're about well, yeah, I guess you could call it a barge, and they're normally they're about 50 feet long. They can be longer than that, but if they're longer than that, they can't go through certain locks
Yeah.
in the canal system. And I don't know, it's just real neat. I've been studying about how these things are designed and built, and I don't know, it is just real neat. I've been following a couple of guys on YouTube that have these narrow boats, and they talk about how to live in them and everything. So, but do you know what the top speed on a narrow boat is?
No.
If you floor it, I mean really floor it, you can make 6 miles an hour.
Whoa.
You know
That's
what the speed?
impressive.
Do
Yeah.
you know what the speed limit is?
No.
4 miles an hour. Because if you're going 6 miles an hour, you create a wake, and
Whoa.
the canals are so small that you're going to shake everybody up on the canal. You know, if you're going faster than 4 miles an hour.
Oh man, my asthma's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, whatever you need to do, we will do.
gonna have to find my inhaler. I
Okay.
can't, except I can't find it. Found it.
Okay. Good deal.
Found, found the stuff.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
I have to use a spacer to take this one because it's a spray.
Okay.
Sorry about this.
No, no, no problem.
It's annoying.
Well, the weather's bad over there, and your stress level's been quite high. So,
Very.
but you were telling me before we started that there may be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, because they're trying to find me a new therapist.
Okay, and they'll call you and let you know something Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, to see if I can get a one-off appointment to see somebody and try and get arrange some
Yeah,
help.
because your therapist of record, they're not sure if he's going to come back, right?
No, they're
Okay,
not sure.
yeah. Well, hopefully you'll get a new therapist. You can reestablish some continuity.
Yeah,
So
because this anxiety is getting like out of control, and I think that's what's worsened my asthma as well.
yeah, yeah. My the groups that I'm in are doing pretty good. We had another NLP guy come back and talk to us on Wednesday, and then Tuesday we had a pretty good meeting, and then Wednesday the meditation went pretty well. I went to a different church on Sunday.
Cool.
It's
How
it's
did?
uh, it's a Unitarian church. it's a little bit, well, maybe it might be the same distance, but it's south as opposed to west from me. So I went there and I had a really really good time there. So and these churches are full of people that are healers, you know. So
Yeah.
I think I'm in the right profession. So and that's really what I'm impatient about. Things are not moving as fast as I would like for them to move. There's going to be a training in April that I think I'm going to do, and then I'll have a certificate behind my name. So, uh, but things are just not moving as fast as they need to move, and
Not moving as quick as you'd like them to.
no, no, and I'm going to have to do something because my savings will probably only last me another 3 or 4 months. So I'm going to have to do something in terms of generating an income. So, or either that or greatly reducing my expenses. So one or the other, and maybe I have to do a combination of all three. I may start my healing practice and get a part-time job and cut back on my expenses. So
I'm gonna have to save up because of something as well.
yeah, yeah. So but now in your case, your income is pretty well fixed, right?
It's fixed, but I need to save up for something.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna set aside some of it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saving up for something that the NHS won't do for me.
Okay. Okay. Well, I really don't have any expenses. My vehicle is paid for. Well, I've got the insurance I'm not having to pay for now, and but my vehicle is paid for. You know, I live on my father's property,
Yeah,
so I really don't pay rent. So
because if the NHS won't do this for me, I've got to save up for it.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing about Obamacare too. I mean, there's things it'll pay for and things it won't pay for. So
Yeah,
I mean, anything that's I guess it'd be like cosmetic type stuff or whatever.
yeah, because sometimes they will pay for this thing, but if they won't,
Yeah,
depending on the criteria, I have to save up for it.
yeah. And our health insurance does not cover things like glasses and dental
Yeah,
appointments. So
how
those
annoying is
you
that?
those you have to do out of pocket. So I mean, you can
See, the
get dental
NHS will cover
insurance.
that.
Yeah, you can get dental insurance, but it makes everything higher. So
What a nightmare.
yeah, but I'm in pretty good health. So
Oh, that's a blessing. That's a relief.
yeah, and the roommate situation, which I talked about a little bit. She has spread her wings and she has her own place and her own life, and
I
so
feel sorted.
I wish her the best,
Yeah.
and now that she's gone, I can do a little bit more around here. My father's not much of a housekeeper,
No.
and I'm not either, but I'm a little bit better than he is. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can't pitch in and help clean up the house somewhat. We
You're a little
still
bit
need,
more organised.
yeah, we still need to. Well, the thing about it is he's a pack rat.
Yeah.
You know, we've we've got milk, unopened milk that he bought in December, which I'm gonna have to throw out. And you know, and I have no idea why he bought it. Maybe he thought he was gonna bake a cake or something, and never
Yeah.
happened. But so I don't know. But so you know, I'm gonna have to figure out how to clean out the refrigerator faster than he can buy stuff to put it in there. So
Is he a holder?
I think so. I think so. Now
Yeah.
I hoard books.
Yeah.
books to me are like my children, and so I have 2,000 books. And
I have CDs.
okay, yeah, yeah, and well, but the CDs. Well, I still have tapes from when people used to, you could put the tape in the tape player or whatever,
Yeah,
and of course I need to throw all those out because basically they're worthless.
yeah.
So, and I'm afraid CDs are going to be the same way in about 5 or 10 years. They won't be any more CDs.
Because of iTunes and everything and
Yeah, because of
MP3s.
iTunes, right, and they just won't make them anymore. So,
No.
yeah, everything will be on the computer.
Yeah.
So, but books, I mean, I still like having a book in my hand. I still like taking a book to bed and reading it before I go to sleep. So, I guess you can do those things on a Kindle, but it's not as fun to me.
I love listening to audiobooks on my iPhone.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. So,
Except the only downside of it is it drains the battery.
yeah.
Yeah, last night I was listening to Grey and I had 40% battery power.
Oh man.
It drained. I had 70% battery power and it drained it down to 40.
Yeah. Well, we've got one person watching on YouTube.
Cool.
I'm going to check the Google page, and there's nothing going on the Google page. So,
Whoa.
yeah. Oh, do you keep up with the Super Bowl?
With who?
American football.
No.
We're having the Super Bowl this weekend, so that is the big sport. I guess it would be like the championship at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
If you want to compare it to something in the UK,
Yeah. Um.
uh,
I do
I mean
follow it.
it's
I think I follow it on Twitter.
okay. Well, there's
Yeah.
much anymore. Like to see. I think Carolyn Pose, and this will probably be Peyton Manning's last game. So, um, but um, but anyway, there's I saw a story on my Twitter feed that a young man got a scholarship to play football for some college, and he turned it down because he saw the movie about all the concussions and everything.
Yeah.
So he actually turned down a scholarship because he said,
It's too
basically
dangerous.
a few years of success is not worth a lifetime of pain. And that's
Sometimes it's right, but sometimes
yeah.
you got to take the risk.
Well, but that's what these guys are facing. It's I guess it's a lot like rugby. Rugby's a pretty hard sport to play too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where kind of where American football came from. So,
Yeah, it is.
mm. But I mean, you can lose a couple of teeth in a rugby game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it gets downright violent. So,
It can do. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what's going on. I think we're going to have President's Day here coming up between when we celebrate our presidents, and
When's
oh,
that?
the campaign over here. You guys are so lucky. Your campaigns only run, 4 or 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It is getting really nasty over here.
Is it?
Oh yeah, because the one candidate is a louse and the other candidate is a jerk, and
Oh.
the third candidate is just plain stupid.
Oh no. So one's a spoffer, one's a buffer, and one's a pile of spoffles.
Yeah, and they all think each other is stupid. I'm beginning to think they're all right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're all dozy
So,
buffers.
hmm
So how long does it last for?
Oh my gosh, we are just kind of starting. The election will not be until the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. So something like the 5th of November, somewhere along in there.
Whoa.
And so we've still got lots and lots of primaries to go, and we've got the conventions to go, and then there'll be presidential debates and mudslinging the whole way.
So, what's going on next week for you?
Next week, uh, just the usual. I'll be going to church, or I'll be going to my meetings, and then nothing really. I may do something with my family, but
Cool.
the same old, same old. So
Yeah.
that's the other thing. It's kind of like being in a rut. I
Yeah.
want I want I want to change things up. So
Yeah.
yeah, I want to learn more about the business side of my profession. So
Oh, that's cool. You got to do
yeah,
something, haven't you?
yeah, because I'm a spiritual entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
I
I do
know.
think I do think healers and
I,
ministers have a right to earn a living. So
I'm having a bit of an emergency.
okay.
Nosebleed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not a bad one, but it's
Okay.
stop now. It's just a little one.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Well, whatever you need to do, just go ahead and do it. So,
I've dealt with it. I
okay.
just hate that.
Yeah.
I get them when I get anxious. Me no feel safe. I knew that was going to happen. Kexia.
Yeah. Is Gray around
Yeah,
and Christian?
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Kexia. What time is it?
It's about 7 minutes till 8 o'clock.
Kexia, you should be in bed now. You're not well. She's going to bed.
Yeah. I think Dale is still doing his hangouts, but I think he's having to
Cut back.
well, no, he deletes the video. So
Why?
uh I have no idea. I'm just guessing. Sometimes somebody will play a song or something, and he gets dinged for that, for
Why?
copyright infringement.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, so I really haven't been keeping up with him. Uh, and then I don't know, the mental health community is just kind of like laying low right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Jamal is writing more now,
yeah.
so
I know Jamie's had the baby.
she had the baby.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
it's on Facebook.
Okay, I'll have to add her on Facebook. Well, tell me about the baby. Was it a little boy or a little girl?
A little boy called Wyatt.
Wow.
Wyatt.
Okay. Wyatt. Okay. Cool. Okay.
I think he's about a couple of weeks old now.
Okay. But I mean, he was healthy and everything.
So yeah,
Okay. Well. That's good. Because was her daughter like 12 years old or something?
I don't know how old she is, but
Yeah,
I think she's about 8
8. Okay, okay,
or 10.
okay. Well, I can't find her on Facebook right now. I'll have to look her up later on. But oh, I did want to talk a little bit about a different platform. I was on. We talked about last week. It's the
You know.
You Now platform,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's very very neat. It's mostly young people, and
yeah,
so I think it's also incredibly dangerous. I can
yeah.
see how people could misuse it or whatever. But I was on there last night, and I don't think I would use it for a mental health hangout. But if I wanted to
Very
talk,
inaccessible.
I beg your pardon.
Very inaccessible.
Yeah, okay, for sight impaired folks.
Yes.
Okay. Well, like I said, I don't think I would use it for mental health hangouts, whatever. But if I wanted to do something else,
Yeah,
they do a lot of questions and answers on there, and what you do is you just go on there and turn it on, and whoever shows up, and there's no record of it,
yeah,
you know. And once you're done, you're done. So I think it could have app, and also I would want to tell everybody that I'm you know older or whatever, and
yeah,
there might be a you now for older folks. I have to look around for that,
yeah.
but I think it's a great idea. I did find some adults on there. You know,
Yeah.
they were talking about TV shows and things like that.
Can't see how go back to sleep.
Hmm.
Great.
So what's on tap for you this weekend?
Um, I've got to take my guide dog out tomorrow because my mum's staying over at Craig's tonight.
Okay,
So she's busy tonight, so she's not in. She'll be back tomorrow though.
okay,
I've got to go to the chemist
okay.
to get my meds.
Hmm.
Chilling out,
Okay,
taking Cassie out,
yeah.
resting,
Hmm.
trying to get rid of this awful chest infection,
Yeah,
and then waiting for this phone call on Monday or Tuesday.
yeah. And hopefully you'll get an
Sorted.
idea of what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and then I'm waiting for a phone call from psychiatry as well because I'm getting a new psychiatrist
Okay.
to sort out the medication.
Yeah. Is Chinese New Year this weekend?
I don't know. I think it is.
You know, February is a small month, but there's lots of things going on in February.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have any reason why we should continue the live broadcast?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell our friends on YouTube, thanks for watching, number one. And number two, we will not be here next Friday, but 2 weeks from Friday, and we'll be talking about the fifth card, the Tarot, which is the Emperor card. So until then, everybody take care. We'll see you next time.